Hey, how you doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you. I haven't been out here in a long time in YouTube land, but I just got a couple new knives. I haven't bought any in quite a while. That's the reason why I haven't made any videos, because I didn't have a reason to make any videos. I didn't have any new knives or anything to show you guys. But I got a couple, and so I just want to make a quick video so I can share it with you guys. The first one I bought this year is a Canadian Recon from Blade Ops in Canada. As you can see, I switched the scales with it. With this one used to have green scales with the black blade, and so I switched to black scales from the Canadian Recon with my old Recon that had green scales, the CTS XHP version of it. This one has a 35 SVN. Is that right? S35VN steel blade, and this was a CTS XHP blade. I just swapped the scales because I thought it looked nicer with the green scales. I really like the green scales. But anyway, let you guys get a good look at it. I really like this one. This is probably the knife I carry the most now. I just really like it. I've always liked the Recons, and I've always liked Cold Steel's Tantos. American Tantos. It's like one of my favorite blades of all time. For EDC, self-defense, survival, hunt, not really hunting, but everyday use, everyday carry. They're lightweight. They weigh about 5 ounces, a little bit over 5 ounces, about 5.3 ounces or something like that. And it has a satin finish. I had a Recon from, or I still do have it. It's in my collection that's put away, where I polished up the entire blade. That was the Oz 8 one from back in the day. It's still in perfect condition. Just that I have too many other knives I carry, I don't carry it no more. I don't know if I shared this one with you, the CTS BD1 that I got. I think I did. This is my favorite utility knife. If I'm working on my bike or something, then I'll carry this. This is my black one. I carry this. Excuse me. Excuse me. A lot of pollen this year. Little allergies. I carry this one when I don't want anybody to notice I'm carrying a knife or whatever. If I'm wearing some black jeans, it sort of just blends in with my black jeans. It's not noticeable at all. That's why I like the black finish knives. They hide better when you're carrying them. And the other new knife, well, this is one I swapped scales with too. I had a black version of this. These don't come with the green handles. The serrated blades. Tau War is one of my favorite. The Tau War and the Recon are my two favorites. They don't make these no more though. I got a bunch of them. I put the green scales on this one too. I did the same thing with this one. This one came with the DLC coated blade, and I swapped it out with my plain version with the black handles. So now I also have an all black one of these too. The Holdout 2, I think it is. And these are some oldies. That's my Oz 8 Tau War, the first one I bought. I polished it. Still carry it. It's a great knife. And this Oz 8 Holdout. This one that you guys seen before. Polished out way back when. I sort of like these better than the new ones because the scales are thicker. and they tend to function a lot better too, like for like flicking and opening fast or whatever. The newer ones with the thinner scales, they don't really flick out that well. But I carry them because I like them, because these are good for like when I carry these, I'll carry this one in my front pocket and this one in the vest, my leather vest pocket in my motorcycle vest. These are good for cutting things, you know, like for actually cutting things or whatever. I like these because these you can flick them out your pocket real quick in self-defense type purpose. And you guys remember my Tiger Claw. Serrated Tiger Claw. Still carrying this one. It's one of my favorites to carry when I go to the gym. They work really good with sweatpants. Same thing goes for the Black Talon. Work really good with your sweatpants. They don't tear up your pockets. All-time favorite pocket knife, for pocket knife purposes. Y'all know what that is. American Lawman. CTSX HP version. And the newest one, the one I wanted to show you guys. Da-da-da! Got it from the Knife Center. Guess you guys know what this is. The SR1. Heavy duty SR1. Tanto. These are some bad mothers. Shut your mouths. This one has a super heavy duty blade. 4.8 millimeter thick. And it has partial liners that go all the way down to the pivot. They're not just for the top lock bar. They also encompass the pivot. I took this all the way apart, and I was surprised to find that it goes all around the pivot and the lock bar screws. The back spacer is G10, not aluminum anymore, it's G10. And the screws are like barrel screws, they screw into each other. They don't screw into the like aluminum back spacer like they do when they have aluminum back spacer. But you got stainless steel partial liners that go not only encompass the lock bar and the stop pin, but they also encompass the pivot screw. Nice thick pocket clip. This pocket clip is super tight. It's tighter than any of the other cold steels that I have. Almost like I would have said it's almost too tight. But you know, you'll never lose your pocket knife, that's for sure. Maybe after a while it'll loosen up. I've only had this knife for about a week now. But I've been carrying it to see if I like carrying it. And it is a little bit on the heavy side compared to what I'm used to, like the Recons. It weighs about 7.2 ounces. And it's super thick. I don't know if you can see that blade and the back spacer. I'm sure the reason why they didn't use aluminum back spacer on this one is it just added too much weight. I like the new adjustable screws for the pivot. It's a new style. I got this one basically because I don't plan on getting the 4 Max. I think it's a little bit overpriced for my blood, and it's just way too heavy. And just those two factors right there turn me off to it. And also, I never really liked the blade style on the 4 Max. I'm a person who likes Tantos. Tantos is one of my favorite blade styles. And when they had this one just in the clip point blade, I said, "Oh, that looks cool. It looks like, you know, cool knife and everything." But the clip point wasn't really doing it for me. It just looked too standard and ordinary. It didn't look menacing enough. And then when they made this one in the Tanto version this year, I said, "Gotta have it. Gotta have it." And it's a flat ground or saber ground Tanto blade. It's not hollow ground like all the others. See the difference? I don't know if you can tell the difference. But this one's got a saber ground. That means it's from this point on the blade, straight down to the edge. It's all flat. There's no hollowing to it at all. Almost like a chisel. And it's super thick behind the edge, so it'd be hard to damage this edge as far as like chipping and rolling is concerned. It's probably a pretty heavy duty edge. And the point on this one is super heavy duty. It's probably the most heavy duty point that you'll find on any cold steel knife. Probably the most heavy duty edge you'll find on any cold steel knife too. Especially the folders. The regular Recons are, heavy duty too. They're pretty, they're stout blades also. But this one, I wouldn't be afraid to be splitting wood with it or whatever. Doing some outdoors, things with it, camp type things, wood crafting type stuff. This might be a good knife for that. Even though I don't do wood crafting and get into all that, I'm a city person. I carry these things for everyday use. But I really like this one. And I love this one. I still think I like my Recons a little bit better though. It's just they're just more comfortable to carry. But this one is a super heavy duty. And when you got this in your pocket, you feel like you're ready for zombies. You feel like you can stab a zombie in the head with this, no problem. It's not gonna hurt this blade at all. This is one heavy duty knife. And it feels heavy duty too. I mean, it feels heavy, has a heavy feel to it. Doesn't feel lightweight. Yes, if you find a pivot point on it, the balance point, right there. Not the same place as the Recon. But I honestly think that the reason why they went to the G10 backspacer was for weight purposes. Because I think if they had to use aircraft aluminum on it, it would have been too thick. I mean, too heavy in the back. This one came to me from the Knife Center. Very happy with it. And people are saying that they have problems opening and closing with one hand. I don't have any problems. But I would say though, if like any cold steel knife that you open and close with one hand, using the technique I just showed you, always put your finger far as you can forward. It's because you want to be next to the blade tang. But this one opens and closes real nicely. It's actually a lot smoother than a lot of my other cold steels were when I first got them. They all break in though. After you have them for a while, they break in, they get smoother, easier to open and close. I've only had this one for, a few days, so like less than a week. It's already really nice. Right out the box it was nice. I tried to post a bunch of pictures of it that I took where I broke it down so you can see the internals of it. This one doesn't come with bronze phosphorus bushings or washers. It just has a thick Teflon washer on each side. And I guess that's because it has stainless steel all around the pivot. All around the pivot screw right here. It's all stainless steel from the partial liner. So I guess they didn't feel like they needed to have the bronze phosphorus washer. That is an excellent knife. If you want a heavy duty knife and you don't want to fork out the bucks for a 4 Max, get this one. That'd be my advice. Get one of these. Either get the clip point or the Tanto, whichever blade that you prefer. Myself, I prefer the Tanto. You won't be disappointed. that's all I wanted to show you. Stiletto coming at you from YouTube land. Hope you all enjoy this video when you see it. This is my EDC drawer for 2018. Cold Steel hasn't been making a whole lot of knives I've been very interested in, so I haven't been doing like a whole lot of videos, because if I don't buy knives I don't want to keep or don't want to have or don't want to add to my collection. Even though I got a bunch of them I probably should sell or whatever, that I bought them and I wasn't interested in after I bought them. But these are my favorites. I stopped carrying the real big knives, and I just now carry the 4 inches and the 3.5 inch ones because of the laws of my city. They came out with a 4-inch blade limit. So I stopped carrying, even though I can get on the highway in California, and they don't have it, anywhere other than my city or other townships that have blade limits. I can carry as big as a pocket knife as I want. There is no limit as far as California state law is concerned, but a lot of the townships or the city ships or whatever you want to call them, different counties or whatever, they have blade limit laws. In the Bay Area is I think it's 3 inches, and Los Angeles it's 4 inches, and where I live it's 4 inches also now. And so I stopped carrying the real big ones. That's why you don't see the big ones in here no more. I still have all my big blades though. I'm not giving them up. I love them. But this is my EDC drawer. These are the knives I pick from every day to decide what I'm going to carry, depending on whatever I'm wearing or whatever. When I'm wearing blue jeans or something like that, I usually wear the OD green ones. When I'm wearing black jeans, I'll pick one of the black ones. When I'm in my sweats, I'll pick one of these two. Or if I have to go to a place that, I don't know, let's say, different places, because, I have a job, I work full-time or whatever, and sometimes I have to go to company meetings or something like that. I'll take one of the smaller ones, like the American Lawman, because I just don't want to scare people if they see it in my pocket and ask me what it is. But anyway, normally I carry this one the most. This is my favorite one to carry, and after that one would be my Tower. But the reason why I carry this one the most is because I work every day, and at my job I don't need to have a fast deploying knife. I like the Tower because it's my favorite fast deploying knife, and I think it's a great self-defense blade the way it's designed, especially with the serrations, and they're super light, and I really like them. But it's hard to beat a Recon though, because Recon's not only light, they're strong. The blade is super strong, especially when you got the Tantos. All the Cold Steel Tantos are thick all the way to the tip. So they're super heavy, super durable. I mean, not super heavy, but super heavy duty and super durable. And I really like them. They're probably my favorite out of all the Cold Steel knives. Would be, if I only could pick one Cold Steel knife to carry, it'd be a Recon. After that, like I said, it'd probably be a Tower, and I like this one too. I like this one too. The only thing about this one is just a little bit on the heavy side, but it's still fun to carry because you got a bad mother shut your mouth in your pocket. You could, this one can handle any kind of combat or any kind of survival situation. This one's good for everything. If you got stuck and ended up in the apocalypse or whatever, and for a pocket knife, this would be the one I'd want. I could do anything with this pocket knife, probably. Anything I would need to do in the survival situation. That's why they call it SR1, Survival Rescue. It's adopted after the Survival Rescue knife that I think it's the Navy SEALs train with, the fixed blade. But anyway, those are my blades. Those are my blades for 2018. Don't expect too much from me because, like I said, Cold Steel hasn't been making a whole lot of knives I've been very interested in. I'm not really interested in little knives, and they've been starting to make a lot of little knives, and I was going to get the Immortal, but then I decided, you know what, that one looks kind of goofy to me, and I just didn't want it. It just looks, I don't know, it wasn't me. The Frenzy, I really love the Frenzy. I still have my Frenzy. But, like I said, because of the rule change or whatever in my city, I don't carry the Frenzy no more. So it's in my collection, in my safe. So I stopped carrying it. And I don't carry my Twilight 6s no more. For the same reason, I don't carry the big Tau Wars anymore, and I don't carry the big Recons anymore, and the big Voyagers, and the big Holdouts. That's another big one I used to always carry. But anyway, that's about it. Hope y'all doing good. Hope everybody's fine. I haven't talked to y'all in a long time. Hope everybody's doing good. Peace out. Stiletto out.